Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Do one more sound check here. Sorry for the late start. Been behind a little bit. If you only got one reminder email, that's because I only sent one. So awesome. Thank you, Bob. So big hello to Paul. Bonjour, as always. Hello, Ruth, Mike G, Colette, Marjorie, Bob Daniel. Welcome back. Sheila. Let's see. Oh, hello, Saban. It's been a chilly day here for us. It was like suddenly going to be like warm and it's going to be spring. And then today was kind of like chilly for us is like amazing for others. Hey, Johnny. Welcome, Maureen. Let's see. Did I miss anybody at the top? Oh, hello to Cheryl. I think Cheryl. All right. Johnny is up late. Hey, Brian. Okay. All right. I think hopefully I've said hi to everybody. If I didn't, feel free to. Oh, I can apparently capture moments as I'm streaming. I can bookmark things. I had no idea. Look at YouTube, always making it better. All right, so my name is Andrew. I'm a certified mindfulness meditation coach. Most people will know me because I was the most times moderator for the Do Nothing Project when it was on YouTube and a sometimes guest host. And we do this thing on Wednesday where we meditate for 25 minutes. During February, by request, we're doing a random draw sit. So we have techniques from the Unified Library of Attention Training. Unified Library for Training Attention. That's what ULTRA stands for, if you ever hear that. And selected techniques from ULTRA are included in the 8-week Unified Mindfulness curriculum. So we'll shuffle our deck, see what we get, and then I'll try to be a little more brief, and then we'll get it rolling, and I'll explain as we go. Hello, Lynn. Welcome. Yeah, and then hello to everybody, and hello, Colette. I think I maybe didn't say hi to Colette. Maybe I did. My brain is already forgetting things. And hello to everybody in the future who is watching this on video. I do take a look at the old view dashboard, and I see folks tuning in after on Wednesday. So the fact that this is recorded. And then heads up, we're rapidly approaching the world where people have daylight savings time. And or is it daylight saving time or is it savings? Is savings plural? Ruth would know. Well, anyway, DST, as the cool kids would like to say, is coming up, which means that Saban and Aimless and Snowma and all the folks in Arizona, our time's not going to change, but it changes then for everybody else. So when we do that, I'm going to try an experiment where I'm going to see about moving up a couple minutes or moving up 15. So we'll start at top of the hour, but the time is going to change again for folks. So what that means is, like in March, I'm basically equivalent to Pacific time. And so because we move, or y'all move and we don't, I guess is another way to look at it. That means there's this time change. And in the last couple of years, everybody's been gracious enough to let me do that. So hopefully you'll continue to be gracious. It is saving. All right. Thank you very much, Bob. That completes my brain. I was worried about that. So it is daylight saving time. It is kind of like a giant unsanctioned experiment on all of North America, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I think it is a different, the time changes are just different in different times for everybody. So, all right. I've been shuffling while I've been talking. So yeah, the UK, okay, that's true. The UK does it. I think Europe does it as well. I just never can remember if the Southern Hemisphere is also doing it. I assume they are. Time zones go all the way from pole to pole, so they must. Um, but all right, so we'll pick a thing. If it's Joker, then I will pick someone at random for pick someone at random in chat, and they'll get to pick. So man, I got an itch. Yeah, it used to be that Indiana, or I should say, large portions of Indiana, because the area around Gary and everything near Lake Michigan, they didn't. They observed DST, but it used to be Indiana and Arizona. And if you go to time.gov, you can see that not all of Arizona adheres to that. That's a story for another time. So, but I swear it's interesting. All right. Oh, they moved the clock on me. Okay, this is only different for everybody else, but not for you. The clock used to be there, and now it's there. I don't know. Always making it better. All right, here we go. Oh, we did hear good, didn't we? Have we done here good already? Can we throw this one back? I'm not seeing any responses in chat. All right. Oh, did we do feel good? We did feel good. Okay. All right. Thank you to Paul. Okay, so we did one of the here's. I thought we did. All right. I'm making an executive call. We're putting that one on the bottom of the deck. We're gonna try one more. All right. Here flow. All right. Well, that'll be interesting. So here flow. We have the wabi sabi clock, which is above. And if for some folks that are new, I've done a recording of the wabi sabi clock in the background, and it's 25 minutes. You can go find that on this here YouTube channel. All right, so we're gonna do here flow. Flow, what we're looking for is change. So things that are moving and changing, the flow of experience we can think of. Yeah. Ruth, a smarter person, I would have. Here, I'll do this. Okay. A smarter person would have pulled this out of the deck. So so we can think of flow is change over time within experience. So the wabi sabi clock is flowing. We can think of that as. So we have change and it's so for here we're doing auditory sounds, and we could do mental talk. So that's your choice. So we're operating in here space. We can slot our categories for noting experience, and what we're concentrating on is see, hear, and feel. Hear, or I mean, see is mental image or sight. Hear is mental talk or auditory sounds, and then feel in is emotional body sensations, and feel out is physical body sensations. So this is that time again where we come up with my explanation of flow in the past has not been super great. And I think I promised at one point that we'd have a conversation. I'd have a conversation with Ralph, and and Ralph would explain it to me and correct me, and then I would share that with you. And I haven't done that still. There's always time. That may happen in the future. So we got 25 minutes on the clock. I want to get rolling because I'm already behind my time cues here. So I want to make sure that we have a chance to finish before the top of the hour. So I'll do a bit of rolling prompt explanation. Hopefully that'll work out for everybody. And this is that point where I give y'all this is too complicated. I'm just going to sit. You can feel free to ignore me. So, all right. I'm going to invite the bell, and we're going to get rolling. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. That was louder than I expected. Okay. So I'm going to offer instructions around the posture of sitting in a chair, the seated posture. So sitting in a chair, on a cushion, or a bench. You could be lying down, standing, or walking. I'll trust that you can adjust your selected posture to our technique. And as we sit, we're endeavoring for upright spine, so upright without being uptight. Sitting in a way that will help us to be still, but not feeling the need to be rigid. Checking in and just sampling what it's like to exist as a human right now. So, could have had maybe a scattered day, or maybe you had an awesome day. You just started looking for someone to high five. And then a few deliberate breaths. Slow and low is the tempo we're going for. Breathing in through the nose allows us to slow the breath down, sinking low into the belly. And as that inhale turns around and becomes the exhale, seeing if we can extend and accentuate it. So if we want, we could use maybe the word modality to talk about here space if you want. So we can concentrate on see, or we can concentrate on hear, we can concentrate on feel. We're narrowing down to just hear. So there is the changing aspects of sounds from my environment blending in with your environment. So one way of thinking about flow is change over time. Or what in here space is flowing. Could be the wind. It could be a refrigerator. And it could be the wabi-sabi clock. And there's sort of halts and starts and halts and starts in the wabi-sabi clock. Again, change over time. So we'll begin with that, just that finding aspects in here space that are changing over time. So I'll let you explore that for a bit. And if there is nothing flowing, we can note here. And that could be herein, as in you've had mental talk that is, I can't believe we're doing this crazy technique. That's mental talk here. Soaking the attention in, noticing where attention is, optionally labeling. And then the sounds around you, or the sounds from me, notice that, optionally label here. So let you explore that noting technique. Here, flow. And so, for lots of things that we may be hearing, there could be a flowing quality, right? There could be a changing quality. So the wabi sabi clock would be a great example of it changes over time. And we could choose, if we have access to a constant noise, the sound of the heater running, or again, the refrigerator. Another notion. When the refrigerator turns off, we can think of that as a change, and that would be an instance of flow. And we can be noting the flow is changing if you want. Again, not required. And then your last option, if you are getting frustrated accessing flow, is to drop the flow part and just hear. So noting here in and here out. So those are a few of the options. This is your sit. You get to decide. So maybe you're hearing the plane. It's a prop plane flying over my house. It changes as the distance. It flies in a different direction. There's a last chance for a little bit of flow. All right, your last choice. Either this is a, oh, bummer, or great decision. So either you're bummed that you're letting go of fear flow, or you're super excited to do nothing, or both. This is your chance to put aside our random draw technique and just do nothing. And really, we're just sitting, letting go of any intention to control our attention. And I'll invite the bell to signal the end of our sit. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for taking time away from your day to be here. And a dedication of merit. May the fruits of our practice be for the benefit of all beings. May our actions be for the benefit of all beings. You are super welcome. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll have, I think, one more week of the bed is calling. Thank you for staying up with us, Johnny. Folks don't know Johnny's in Norway. And congratulations to Norway. You're having a fantastic Olympics. In the spirit of here out and things, there is a 99% Invisible episode on the sound design of covering sports like the Olympics. I think about that a lot because there's a lot of drone coverage in the Olympics this year, and they're choosing to include the drone noise when they switch to that camera angle, which I think is kind of interesting and also unsettling because the drone noise to me is not necessarily a positive one. So yeah, if you're interested, I think if you search 99% Invisible and like sound design of sport, something like that, of sports, you might find it. And if you don't, this is a plug for the newsletter or my reminder emails that I send out twice a week usually, but this week I only sent out one. So I'm going to see about trying to make it so that I have more active reminders. So more on that soon, hopefully, for myself so that I don't forget. When I miss Do Nothing Project, I often don't set up all the emails. So that's one of the things. So yeah, and then as Paul pointed out, it's really nice if you enjoyed the sit to get a chance to hit the thumbs up. I do notice that when we get, we have 13 people and we have 10 thumbs up, sometimes we get a little more views out of it. So it's kind of nice. So helping out, appreciate that. No news really on any of the fronts necessarily, other than we'll have a time change for the sit on coming up in March. Jeff is doing a meditation at our aquarium, so that's in Vancouver, right? That's amazing, Ruth. You're gonna have to tell us about that. Please email me about that. Thank you, Brian. I will say that the last 114 days, one of the things that was super amazing was the Walk for Peace. I really enjoyed that. For the folks that are in North Carolina area, they got a chance to go see the monks as they were walking. That's super, super awesome. So yeah, if you oh yeah, it's too bad. I bet it's only in person. Yes, Ruth, enjoy that for us. Know that we were all experiencing mudita, one of the divine abodes, the four immeasurables. Mudita is the sympathetic joy, so the joy for the joy of others. Yeah. So we got 5 minutes till the top of the hour. I know people have to go off to things, learn languages, cook meals for people, check in with those that are dependent on you. So thank you for taking your time, and we'll be back next week. We'll do another draw, and then I'm going to try to think of something as a theme for March. I'm not sure quite yet what it is. March might be the month of feel. That was a thing that I came up with. So we could have potentially 4 different techniques for feel. And then I will be traveling for one of the weeks in March. I'll be in Florida to go see spring training baseball games and to see a hockey game. So I think that will all work out. Did the monks name their dog Mudita? I thought it was a Loca. Do they have a? They might have another dog named Mudita. Aloka is the one that I know about, which is the super coolest dog. And if you haven't watched the Olympics today, apparently there was a dog on the course for, I think it was cross country skiing, and it is a big dog. So check that out if you haven't. It's when we're looking for these moments of feel good, I'm I'm offering a few of those moments of feel good that you can drop into your day. Oh, they have three dogs. Look at that deep cut, Sheila. Awesome. So I only know I'm super. I'm only aware of Aloka. So yeah. So the Italy Olympics so far they've had a few dogs on the course. There was a giant slalom, which I felt kind of bad about because the dog was really kind of agitated. But this dog on the cross country, it looked like they wanted to compete. It was awesome. So they came across the line with a bunch of others. So yes, the dog should have gotten a medal. I think it's been posted on TSN, so the sports network in Canada. I think TSN did their own version of Doggo Italiano gold medal, and posted that to their socials. But yeah, I don't know that their dog will be on the medal stand. The skiers the dog came across the finish line with tried to like corral the dog and pet the dog, but the dog was off to other adventures. Um, so yeah. Oh, a month of feel sounds. Interesting. Okay. That's good. That sounds interesting. I like that. All right. You have 2 minutes till top of the hour. Thank you so much for being here and sticking around. Yes, messy March. Yes, the messy, also the messy middle. That's where I feel like I'm constantly at. So, all right, I had to stop for a moment to figure out where end stream is. And yeah, thanks. Have a good one. Thanks for all the extra thumbs. All right, see you next week.